Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of these high arch covers for your totes. This will protect your seeds and your seedlings, and there's so many ways of making it. Last year I even made them with 2 straps. Let's get into it and I'll tell you how to do it. And this is how I cut the center out of the lids of the 18-gallon tote. Is I either start the hole with my soldering iron, or just gently use the knife, and then I slowly guide the knife all the way around, making sure that the point of the knife always stays inside all the way in, and you're cutting at the handle, towards the handle, so you won't cut yourself. And if you don't want to do it outside or you don't have sunlight, you can always take the lid and run hot water in the sink over the lid, and then you can cut it in the sink very gently so you don't cut yourself or your sink. And hint on the table, use a square table. It's easier when cutting it. Don't throw the tote lids away, they're wonderful. Take your tote lid and you cut out the center. I did this earlier today on my deck in the sun, and I did it with a knife. It's kind of a citrus cutting knife. It's a fine serrated little knife, and I carefully went all the way around. And once you're all the way around, you have this. Now this you will cut up into strips. I do it the long way, so you're going to have long strips. Do it whatever width you want. Now the wider you go on the strips, the stronger it's going to be for holding the tool up. You'll see when we put the tool up. So it's up to you. You want to go narrower. You can measure it out. I just do it by eye, but whatever way you want. Now once you get all the strips cut up, then you can staple them together. Now this is a regular stapler, but it's a handheld. It's a paper stapler. You can use a regular push one, but I find this easier, and I found it at the thrift store for like $1. So I don't know what they sell for, but these are fantastic. I use them for everything. See, now you have to decide how high you want to go. So you can staple them, and then it could be something like that. You could do 3, you can go as high as you want. What I do is I go back and I pinch these down into the plastic so you don't hurt yourself. Then what you do is you staple them together, because we're going to go high on this. Now you can staple 3 pieces, or let's say 2.5 pieces to make it taller. You make it as tall as you need and as tall as you want. Here I'm just going to do the 2 today. I stapled them together. Each one got 4 staples, and then I went back through with the pliers and I pinched them down. The reason I just pinch them down is once you pinch them down, it goes into the plastic. You're not going to accidentally scratch yourself or anything. That's it. You're basically done. So now all you have to do is decide how you want to do it. Now you could do it with 2. I did 2 last time. You could go 2, you could go 3, and do it this way. And you're going to staple it to the edge. So like I said, you could go 3. You design it the way you want. Today I think we're going to do it just like we did the other one. Now there's other ways. You can make holes with the soldering iron, and then you can go ahead and use a rivet. It's a paper fastener. They're brass. I just like using plain old. It's just so easy. It just goes right through. And again, I pinch them all down so there's nothing sharp for later on when I'm working in the garden. Now, as you work with yours, you're going to find different ways that might work for you. So, of course, I want you to do it whatever way works for you. That's the important thing, because you might say, oh, I want to do 3, I want to do it this way. So there's 1. Isn't that wonderful? And then you can come back and do another one. See, this one's thicker, so you can do it as thick or as narrow as you want. Same thing. 2 has worked really, really well. So we're going to staple this on. With this, zip ties wouldn't work that well because eventually they'll just crack off. I found that the staplers are the best, but then the other one, I'm going to straighten this out with the scissors because it's a little bit curved on the end. I want it to be straight when I staple it on. We'll throw that in the trash later. But that's all there is to it. And I'm hoping you can see that all I'm doing is stapling. And two's good. You want to do more, you can do more, but 2 is really good. Now, if you don't want to do anything else, you could just cover this in tulle just the way it is. The other thing you can do, like I did here, is see I made straps, give it a little bit more stability. That's totally up to you. I don't think, see this isn't quite long enough to go all the way across, but what I could do is I could go across. That will give it a good stable hold on it. So I'm going to staple one end right here. And then I'm going to decide how I want to do it. I can staple it right here. Pull it in a little bit. And this goes through three pieces of plastic. Same thing here. I can staple it. It's just a little too short to go all the way across. I could actually slide it in, but I'm just going to go ahead and staple it right now. Again, it's really good if you have a pliers, something, needle nose pliers, just kind of smash down the staples so there's nothing sharp. Now with this, there's 2 different ways of doing it. I could staple this here and staple it together, or I could cut it and bring it through. So either way will work. See, this is a different color. Color doesn't matter. These are the paper fasteners I'm talking about. I've done it with paper fasteners too. You just make one hole, and these are brass, so they last a while, but I have found staples work really good. And they last for quite a while. So there's a couple different ways here. I could piece it and say, hey, that's good enough. I could do it that way, or I can just staple it from the top. Or if I really wanted to, I could just leave it. This would be enough, cut it off, and I think this would be enough, but I think I'm going to do one more. So I'm going to, I'll do it in a different color so you can see what I'm doing. So we'll do this in gray. This plastic is like, it works like a puzzle. It is so easy to work with. Look at this. I'm going to trim this just for looks, because I was just in a hurry cutting it. So there's little points to it. Now I could decide how I want to do it. I could do it like this. That will look pretty good too. And now I can just come through. Literally work your plastic just like a puzzle. Work it any way you want. Look at that. We're done now with the high top. As you work on yours, I'll tell you a hint on the end. As you work on yours, you make it whatever way you think is going to work for you. Now, this is it. If you're going to protect your seedlings and you want to use tulle, color doesn't matter. You can go green, you could go pink, whatever color you want to use will be fine. You're going to use such a small amount. Literally, you're just going to figure out how much you want to use and cut a piece off and then just staple it on. Now, let me tell you something funny. I left a couple of these on, this one, without ever putting any tulle on it. Now, I'm not going to stop insects or butterflies or cabbage moths from coming in, but the birds didn't go in. They must have thought it was something odd, and the birds never touched it, so I left some on there. Also, it created a sunshade, so it worked out really good for the plants. So some of the smaller plants, I just left it on, and it just worked out fantastic. I left it on as long as the plants, it was not in the plant's way. Now you just you could drape it on temporarily. You can do it any way you want, but now you just staple it on any way you want. And then you've got your high arch. Now if you went higher and you had, let's say, a squash bug problem, you could leave it on right from the beginning. Right from the beginning. You could leave it drape, or you could go ahead and you can trim it afterwards. But the main thing you're doing here is you're putting this on so it doesn't fly anywhere. And then you can keep track of your tulle that way. It creates a very slight amount of shade, but if you wanted shade, then what you could do is you could double it, and it would create a little bit of shade for your plants if you're really in a hot area. But that's it. You're just going to put your tulle on. You're going on top is going to hold it perfectly. Now I'll give you a hint if you wanted to use a glue gun. I don't use a glue gun here because I have found that in the heat they come loose, but I'll tell you how to do it. You make a hole where you're going to glue it with your soldering iron, and then you glue it. Now why would you make a hole and then glue it? When you make a hole, what you're doing is when the glue goes in, you are creating a plastic or glue rivet. The glue will go through the hole and that will hold. So even if it came loose, it works like a paper fastener. Now I could leave it like this and just staple on a little bit more. I could trim it. It doesn't matter whatever way I want. I can roll it up and make it really, really neat. Or like I said, just put it all the way around and I can trim off the excess. I made these last year and they worked fantastic. In fact, this particular one is over a year old, and I even made a cold frame with it. But that's all you're going to do is you're going to staple it all on, and then, like I said, you can trim it or you can leave the excess. If you trim it, don't ever throw the tool away because even little bits and little pieces of tool work really good around the garden. I'm using them now for so many things I haven't even talked about yet. I'm using tool for, so that's what I'm gonna, just never has come up yet. So keep all the excess tool, but just staple it on. Doesn't have to be perfect. There's no reason to be perfect. All you're trying to do is keep out insects. Now, as far as the cover, you can cover your seedlings, and then once, let's say your squash, your tomato plants, your watermelon, once they get big enough, then you can take the cover off. If you're growing something like kale, lettuce, mustard greens, any of the brassicas, and you're going to keep them short, you can leave it on because you're not worried about pollinators. And that will keep out all your critters. You could permanently leave it on for the whole entire growing season if you wanted to. That's why you can make them taller if you wanted to. And then you'll have it for the whole growing season. You won't have any insects in your plants. Just what was in there before. So if there's insects in there, you may trap in the roly-polies and all that, or the snails. But if you didn't have snails in there, and you didn't have anything, and you snap that on, you're not going to have anything in there. It is completely enclosed. Do it whatever way will work for you. All I'm trying to do here is give you ideas and thoughts on how to do it. And that is how easy and how simple it is. Hint on what I was going to tell you. As you know, I work with all different color totes. I did the rainbow garden. Red, the gray, the blue, green, pink. So this is what I do. When I'm making my high towers, my high arch covers, I like to use the blue ones for the arch. Why? I save these to make my plant stakes. And the reason I save these is because they're light, and when I get my pen out and I want to write on them, this shows up far better on the lighter colors, even red or pink or light green, but on the darker colors, it's harder to read. But I can give you a little hint on that if you're running low on the light colors. You can always cut off your light colors this way. And you can make your tomato stakes, your plant stakes, whatever you're doing this way. This is a bonus because this is not what we're talking about. And let's say you're going to use this as your stake. Now you can stick this into your soil, your tote in the ground, and you can write on this. This works great too. So I hope I've given you ideas today how to make your high covers. This way the plants, you can leave them covered for many weeks until they really take off, and then you can take them off and put them in a really good place, because I put this in the very back room And when I needed to get my first squash out, my zucchini, I just had my cover ready to go and just put it on. And look at that. It lasted all season last year, all last spring, summer, and into fall. And now I'm going to have a bunch of new ones. I'm planting up seeds, and I'll be putting new covers up. Remember, you can make them taller and longer if you wanted to add on some extra. And you can make them real tall and then cover them. So I hope I've given you ideas on this. And I hope you enjoy doing it. And don't throw those lids away. We have more things to do with them. With that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.